welcome. I'm Angie Cooksey, and I am serving as our moderator and uh, host today for our transfer student panel. So before I dive into our questions, I would love to start off with introductions. So Erica, can you start us off where you're from, what year in school you are, your major, and when you transferred into Bradley?
Yes, definitely. Hi, my name is Erica. I am a senior here at Bradley. I am a user experience design major with a graphic design minor. I'm from Simi Valley, California, which is about 40 minutes above LA, and I transferred from a community college near my hometown.
Awesome. What about you, Lexi?
Hi, I'm Lexi. I am a senior economics major here at Bradley University with a triple minor in decision analysis, cybersecurity, and business analytics. I transferred here as a junior from a four-year university in Indiana.
Awesome. What about you, Abby?
Hi there, my name is Abby. I'm a senior public relations major with a minor in management and leadership from the northwest suburbs of Chicago. I transferred from a community college up there and I came to Bradley in the fall of 2018.
Awesome. And Monica, could you introduce yourself and your role in the office at Bradley?
Hi, my name is Monica Carter, and I'm the director of Bradley's Transfer Center.
Speaking of the Transfer Center, Monica, can you talk to us a little bit about what that means for students and how they can utilize the counselors available at Bradley to make that a smooth transition from their current university or college to Bradley?
Sure, we have 3 admission counselors who work with transfer students, and we are here to help answer any questions you have throughout your transfer search process. So we can answer questions about the application, the enrollment process, we'll connect you with academic advisors, and then we also serve as your financial aid advisor. So we can answer questions about your financial aid and payment plan options. And overall, we can answer any question you may have about our campus.
That's so great. And as you think about those connections and answering those questions for our students with the 3 counselors that we have, can you talk to us a little bit about who they might be looking for depending on where they're coming from?
Sure. I work with students transferring in from 4-year colleges. I also work with a handful of community colleges in Central Illinois. We've got Andrea Johnson, who works with students coming in from Illinois Central College, Heartland, and a few other Central Illinois community colleges. And then Paige Freever works with students coming in from community colleges in the Chicagoland area and throughout the United States.
Thanks. And all of that contact information we will pop in the chat and is also available on our website. Erica, I think one of the main concerns students have when they consider transferring to a college or university is that kind of sense of nervousness of like, am I going to be able to find and call this place home? And so, especially coming from California, can you talk to us a little bit about the choices you made coming in, where you lived on campus, who you requested to live with, and how that has helped you call Bradley home?
Yes, definitely. So when I was looking at colleges, I really wanted to make sure that the place I was transferring to, I would be able to live off in like an off-campus apartment. So just really wanted to have my own room, my own space, and have a kitchen, be able to go shopping and get the foods that I want. So I was really happy to find out about the St. James apartment complex at Bradley. So through them, I was able to use a roommate match where I found 2 other roommates. And the roommates that I found, I made sure were going to be students, so I requested trans students. So basically the 3 of us were able to kind of talk about our shared experiences. Both of them also came from community colleges, so we could kind of talk about how things transfer over, everything like that. So it was just nice to kind of have that connection in that way. So because of all of those things, I was really able to have Bradley really feel like home, especially being so far from home.
I love that. And one of the things I think is so special about Bradley is it very much is a walkable campus. And you mentioned that you live in St. James apartment complex. How far is that from your academic buildings or to be able to be on campus?
Well, for me, I was in a building that was right across from Campus Town, which has a Dollar Tree, it has a CVS, it's got a few good yummy places to eat, a Starbucks. So for me, I was able to breeze by Starbucks and then go straight into the GCC, and that whole trip would take 5 minutes. If I went from directly my apartment to the communications building, it would literally take 3. I just had to cross one street and that was there. So
that's awesome. Abby, I want to talk to you a little bit about the experiences that you've been able to have at Bradley. You're staying at Bradley for an extra semester, very intentionally, because you were able to take a little bit of time and do an amazing internship with Maui Jim Sunglasses. So can you talk to us a little bit about how you were able to secure that internship and what resources you used at Bradley that made that possible?
Yes. So the internship itself was an amazing opportunity that I only would have had through Bradley's Smith Career Center, which is genuinely why I chose Bradley to begin with. I really dislike the resume and cover letter process. It frustrates me. The wording, that's how I feel about it. So the Smith Career Center solved this problem by helping me with all of that, and then also giving me tips to help me with the interview process. They introduced me to other students who had already done the internship that I was interested in, to allow me to speak with them, ask them questions, ask them for resources, ideas on how I could stand out amongst other people applying for it. So that really helped me stand out, like I said. Since the internships, they've also helped me a lot by trying to perfect my resume and help me stand out amongst other public relations majors looking for the same jobs that I am. And they helped me network with other companies. So what also is really cool about it is they can help me after I graduate, which is going to be so sweet, because it's not only for current Bradley students, it's also for alumni. And I like that I can reach out to my advisor and say, you know what, anything anything you might be thinking for me, you see anything? So yeah.
And Abby, how long were you at Bradley before you secured that internship? I think that's always, again, people are curious about, like, can I come here and really hit the ground running? So how long after you transferred did you start this process?
Yeah, so I was at Bradley for one semester, and then the Smith Career Center has 2 job and internship fairs, one in the spring and one in the fall. And I didn't attend the fall one, but the spring one was when I attended and when I put all my effort into getting the internship. So it was second semester of the first year that I had been here. I mean, that was something I was really nervous about as a transfer student, was being able to have the same opportunities as people who had been there for all 4 years. I really wanted to make use of the Career Center because I was only going to be here for 2 years.
I love that so much. And I think one of the other things that people have concerns about is when you come here and you know you're going to have a finite time on this campus, are you going to have time to develop those relationships with your faculty and have those same experiences if you had been here for all 4 years? And Lexi, I want to come to you because not only have you had a really awesome opportunity with one of your faculty members, but you've really also been able to customize a research experience that fits your major and one of your 3 minors, which I also think we should talk about because you have a major and 3 minors and you're graduating in your planned amount of time. So can you talk to us a little bit about how those relationships with your faculty have impacted your experience?
All right, so I'll harp on the large variety of minors first. Definitely creating those bonds, like right when I first decided to transfer to Bradley, I started talking to the department head of the economics department. And I kind of told him things I was interested in because he kind of saw that I'd have extra time. And he was like, well, let's talk about things that you like. And I told him I like business analytics and I really like statistics. So he showed me minors that I could potentially do. So I added one and then I kind of was just like holding back on the others. But I created that relationship really early. So he kind of like pestered me a little more. And he's like, I know you could do more. You have more time. Let's like add something else. So then I added another minor and then he was like, well, you still have more time. Let's figure out something else we can do. Because like Bradley really harps on education here and they really want their students to succeed and have those different skills. So he was like, okay, well, what's something else that you might be interested in? So I decided to take one class in cybersecurity, and I ended up falling in love with it. So I definitely created that relationship with the department head really fast, and he pushed me farther, and I'm super excited. And I've actually had problems where my classes were going to like intertwine, but Bradley really wants their students to pursue anything they really want here at the university. So they've helped me like adjust my schedule. Like I've done independent studies and stuff of that nature just so I can graduate on time with all 3 minors without any hiccups. So it's been really awesome. And then onto the research, I've definitely created, so as an econ major, it's a pretty small major. My graduating class of econ majors is only 16 students. So there are only, I think, 6 or 7 professors in the econ department. So you definitely create those bonds with each one of your professors. They become like your friends, someone you want to go grab a bite with because you know their little quirks and you know things that they're into. So it's definitely been awesome. I myself am into video games, so I wanted to write my research paper on video games and the market trends in the video game industry. So since we learned so much about the professors here at Econ, I actually learned that Dr. Yensha is a big esports guy, loves to game. So I actually got to pair with him for this research project, and we've been working on it since the beginning of this semester, and it'll be completed right before I graduate in the spring. So getting to like create that bond with him has been really awesome, and we actually like do bi-weekly calls and we'll talk about where I'm at and where I want to go. And he actually learned like what my minors were and what I was doing in my courses. So he's actually helping incorporate my minor into my paper. We're doing some coding for a presentation in part of my essay. So it's been really cool. You make a lot of great connections with the faculty here, and they want to see you succeed, not only for the 4 years, but even after you graduate. And I think that's what's really special about Bradley University.
I don't even know that I could have said that any better. That was awesome. Abby, you know, Lexi was talking so much about professors pushing her to succeed and getting involved. And Bradley, outside of academics, has over 240 student organizations. And as a transfer student, sometimes it's like, am I going to be able to get involved? Am I going to find a place that I can still do things that I love? And so can you talk to us a little bit about the clubs and activities that you've been involved in and how you were able to jump right in with those?
Yes. So I've always been a very jump at it type of person. I don't really hold back. So I wasn't necessarily worried about putting myself out there. But what I enjoyed most, well, I would still enjoy, but we can't do it right now, is
2020.
Yes, 2020 is club volleyball. I played with them for a whole year, and it was amazing. It wasn't too much of a burden, you know, it was only 1 or 2 practices a week, only a couple tournaments a semester. It wasn't a crazy time commitment, but it gave me time to go and socialize with friends, to go and get a workout in. And I really, really enjoyed that. However, if you're not looking to be active, you can also be a member of the board on a team. For example, I worked with the hockey team and I did their community relations chair. So if you're not interested in doing the working out part, but you want to still partake in it, you can.
That's awesome. And if working out is not your thing, there are lots of other organizations that involve no working out. So there's definitely something for everybody to do. As we wrap up today, I think my last question for all of you is, in the time that you've been at Bradley, kind of what's that moment that you're going to carry with you forever moving forward? And it doesn't have to be a big moment. It could be, you know, something small where you passed somebody on the quad and you guys just had, you know, a fun interaction. It could be something related to your major and activity. And then also, what is one piece of advice that you have for other students that are looking to transfer into Bradley? So Erica, let's start with you.
Yeah, I had this really cool opportunity, I believe it was last semester, where a UX design company from Chicago was able to come out to us, and they were a part of, they did a little presentation about what they do and what user experience design means. And then after that, the UX design majors were able to do a workshop with them where we went through a lot of different user experience design, just like the kind of skills that you should know. And then we went through like an idea of like a problem, and then we went through it and fixed it in a way that a designer might. So that was a really cool opportunity. They came scouting for internships, so they took a look at a lot of people's portfolios, everything like that. So that's just like one of those things that I think was really special that maybe not every university would have or have that opportunity for. So it's just a really cool way to see kind of what we're getting ourselves into, what we're going to be doing once we graduate. So that was one of the things that kind of solidified, like, okay, I like this major, I like this career choice, because sometimes you could be sitting in class and be like, am I really going to use this stuff? But at Bradley, I really feel like I'm doing what I'm doing what I'm actually going to be doing. So and then a piece of advice I would have is talk to some other transfer students once you get here at Bradley. Make some friends with people that have shared experiences in that way. I remember I joined a group chat with a bunch of transfer students my first year last year, and so we would talk about things. And then of course my roommates were transfer students, so I would say that because you're gonna have shared experiences, so it's just it's a fun thing to kind of make connections with.
Awesome. Abby, what about you?
So for me, my Bradley memory that I'm going to remember, as awful as it may sound, it is going to be this year. How the school has reacted to COVID and the election year and just all the tension. It's helped make it smoother than I expected the year to go. It's had its ups and downs, but it's definitely going to be something I remember. And I think a lot of us will. However, the one piece of advice I have is to take your time and push yourself out of your comfort zone. There really shouldn't be a rush on finishing in 4 years. I know I have another semester here. I know some of my roommates have another 1 semester or 2 semesters. I know a friend who has an extra year and a half. Everybody has their own time frame. And I think we get so caught up in pressuring ourselves to finish. Your process is going to be different than others, so embrace it. And remember that you're going to likely have less time on campus than the peers around you. So take that in. And when you see something pretty, take it in. Just let it happen. And so appreciate it.
I love that. That's such great advice. Lexi, what about you?
I think my favorite memory is the night I met my best friend. We were at a mutual friend's house, and I could just tell, like, the moment I met her, we just clicked, and I've spent almost every day with her since. So it's definitely something special, and I know she's gonna be my life forever. So that's really awesome. My piece of advice is just use the resources Bradley provides. Like, you have your virtual desktop environment, you're gonna have a lot of computer labs, you have the library, you have faculty, you have your classmates, because all of those are here for you, and you don't need to hold yourself back by trying to do everything in your bedroom. This campus is a playground of just all the tools you could ever use. So definitely just getting to play around with those and meet other people and just learning in a different developmental way, I think is just the best thing that Bradley has to offer.
Well, Monica, I don't know if you have any additional advice, because those were all so amazing, but as the director of the Transfer Center and somebody who has had the opportunity to work with hundreds of transfer students over the years, what is one piece of advice that you would offer to our future Bradley students?
Yeah, I think it's, taking advantage of the resources that we have on campus and asking questions, as you're going through the process, ask us counselors any questions you might have. We will connect you with students, we'll connect you with faculty and get those questions answered. And it's important to hear other students' experiences, just like you did today. And when you come visit campus, you can learn from other students and their experiences. So I would say, one of the things is, just ask questions and we'll answer those as best as we can.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're going to wrap up our student panel portion of our program today. Thank you all so much for joining us. And like Monica said, please continue to reach out with questions. Bradley is a place where you can be bold and be curious and take advantage of the resources. And so we're so excited you're considering Bradley as part of your college search. No matter when you start here, it's really an exemplary place to be able to have and call home. So thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Go Bradley.